The NBA trade deadline has passed and the All-Star break has also passed. We are officially more than halfway done with this NBA season, and I feel like it's time for me to give my predictions on who I feel is going to win these awards. I think you guys might be surprised at some of my selections. What's goody? It's your host, J Rose, as always, and we here with my NBA award predictions. You already know what it is. Let's get into it.
Over 90% of the people that watch my content are not subscribed, so if you're messing with the videos, please hit that sub button and the noti bell so you'll get notified every time I upload. But let's get back to the hoops.
Usually, I make everybody wait for my MVP selection, but we just gonna start off with the biggest award first, and that is the Most Valuable Player award, and I will be giving my MVP, unfortunately, to Nikola Jokic. And I say unfortunately because I'm very fatigued on Nikola Jokic MVPs. I feel like I would love to see the award go somewhere else, especially in a race that's very close. I feel like there's a lot of candidates that could deserve more recognition, but honestly, in a race like this that is super contested, I feel like there's a lot that goes into you winning an MVP. You're gonna need the seeding, you're gonna need the stats to pop off the page, and Jokic, I feel like, is the perfect candidate. It checks all those boxes. Not only is he super efficient, but if you don't want to talk about the advanced analytics, we can just look at his plain hard numbers. He averages 26 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, and 9.3 assists on a team that's the third seed in the West with a 42-20 record. So he checks off all the boxes for my criteria this season, and honestly, even though I don't really want to give him the award, I feel like he is the most deserving candidate as of right now. There's guys like Jason Tatum who you can argue deserves the award, but I feel like Jason Tatum's stats just don't pop off the page the way that they need to for him to win the award. There's a guy like Luka Doncic whose stats are absolutely popping off the page, having a super historic season, but the Mavericks just aren't good enough. Their seed isn't high enough for me to really consider him in the MVP conversation as of right now. And then there's a guy like Shea who I feel like he really probably is the closest second at the moment to winning the MVP outside of Jokic, to be honest. He has a high seed. His numbers look amazing. The Thunder are going crazy right now. So I feel like if Jokic wasn't going to win, my backup pick would be Shea at this moment, and then probably Jason Tatum, and then Luka because of the seeding. But honestly speaking, I want Luka to win this award real bad, but it's just not looking like that's going to be the case this year. Another lost season. You hate to see it, but my MVP, Nikola Jokic, going on a tear again, coming off his championship, coming out here doing the same thing again. Really, it's not even looking like Jokic is going too hard. He's making it look super easy, putting up monster numbers on crazy efficiency, a great record, looking to go back-to-back this year. I don't really think there's a lot of argument for why Jokic should not be the MVP based on what we've seen so far this season. My second award, we're going to go with the Rookie of the Year award, and I feel like this award was very contested towards the beginning of the season, but as the season has progressed, it's very clear that Victor Wembanyama has pretty much gapped himself from the rest of the rookies this season, which a lot of people definitely thought he would, averaging 20 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 3.4 blocks. The San Antonio Spurs absolutely suck. They're garbage. Despite him putting up these great numbers, averaging a 20-point double-double with 3.4 blocks. Let me say it again. That's almost 3.5 blocks as a rookie. That's crazy numbers. That is absolutely some crazy stuff that we're seeing out of Wemby in his first season. And keep in mind, he only plays around 28 minutes per game. So if he was playing around, let's say he was playing 38 minutes a game, I believe his numbers would look even crazier. It would probably be around 24, 25-ish, maybe 12, 13 rebounds. I think Wemby could be a monster in some big minutes. Hopefully he can stay healthy, get his body right so he can play those big minutes. And I feel like he'll definitely have some MVP numbers real soon if he gets those reps up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to Chet, because Chet is also having an amazing rookie year, but Wembanyama, honestly, he really just has gapped in a lot of those boxes. Earlier in the year when I said Chet was my Rookie of the Year, it was the reverse. I felt like Chet was checking off a lot of the boxes that Wemby wasn't. But as of right now, Wemby is leading in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. His percentages are lower, but that's because he's the focal point of that team, and he's still trying to get his footing in the league a little bit. I think Chet's efficiency definitely does get helped by the fact that he plays with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But yeah, honestly, Wemby is just leading in most of these stats. It does help that he is the focal point of that team. It will make his numbers look a little more boosted up since he does have the ball in his hand a lot more. But also, the Spurs suck, so it's going to be hard to put up those numbers on that team. As for my Defensive Player of the Year, we staying on San Antonio, and I'm going to give my DPOY to Victor Wembanyama. And I feel like a lot of people have been hesitant to give him the nod for this award because he is a rookie. But honestly, there hasn't been anybody better on defense statistically this season. He's averaging, like I said, 3.5 blocks and 1.3 steals. He's the first rookie to lead the NBA in blocks since 1985 when Manute Bol did it. So honestly, I can't really say much about that. We saw a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. averaging almost the same amount of blocks last year and not pull as many boards as Victor Wembanyama is doing and win the award. So I feel like him getting those rebounds to close out the defensive possessions as well is a huge portion as to why he should win it. But his defensive numbers alone tell you enough, in my opinion. As for my most improved player, we got Tyrese Maxey, and I didn't think Tyrese Maxey was going to take this jump. I didn't know how good he was going to be when they got rid of James Harden, to be completely honest. He went from a 20-point per game scorer to 26 points per game, and I feel like he honestly took that big leap to be that number 2 option that the Sixers really needed if they wanted to be a contender. Unfortunately, with Joel Embiid being out, this is going to be a lost season. But besides that, honestly, I can see them coming back next year with all of that chemistry they built up this season, knowing who has what role and how they're gonna progress going forward. I feel like this is a very positive thing, looking at Maxey and how he's gone from a 20 to 26 point per game scorer, went from around 3 assists to around 6, and now honestly, I feel like he's a genuine number 2 all-star. He's a genuine all-star. He deserves to be an all-NBA player this season, and that is a massive jump. I did not predict him taking such a huge jump. I had other guys like Tyrese Halliburton taking this kind of jump, and to see Maxey really take that leap, take charge, and really embrace his role as being the main ball handler and number 2 option on this team is really awesome to see. I'm happy for Maxey. I'm happy for Sixers fans, honestly, because they were in the gutter when they traded James Harden. I don't think they really thought they were going to get better after the trade, but I can honestly say I like this version of the Sixers at full health better than last year's version. So do with that what you will, but yeah, Tyrese Maxey is most definitely my most improved player, and I don't think there's anybody even close for this award, to be honest. For my last real award, we got Malik Monk, and this is another award where I feel like there really isn't much competition. The only people who I felt were even contesting this award were Austin Reeves and Tim Hardaway Jr. Austin Reeves has started more than half of the season this year, so I just disqualified him from the award. And THJ, honestly, he's only leading Malik Monk in a couple of places, which that would be he averages like a couple, like 0.7 more of points and 0.6 more rebounds than Malik Monk, and Malik Monk leads in every other category. Malik Monk's more efficient. Malik Monk doesn't go through these huge lows that Tim Hardaway goes through. Tim Hardaway can give you 40 one night and then give you 6 the next night. He's a super streaky guy, really a flamethrower, honestly. But if it rains that day, your flamethrower is going out. So I feel like Malik Monk really is the best pick. Malik Monk has steadily increased his scoring averages every year. Now he's a legit 16-point per game scoring option off your bench, who is also a flamethrower. Malik Monk can go off for a lot of points on any given night as well. He definitely helps the Sacramento Kings get a lot of wins. They're the 7th seed right now at 35-26. The West is super heavily contested, and Malik Monk is a huge part of that team. I don't think if he wasn't playing as well as he is off the bench that they would be in the same position that they're in. Super intricate part of that Sacramento Kings team. Shout out Malik Monk. For Coach of the Year, I'd probably get to the Thunder coach. Nobody thought the Thunder were going to be a top seed this year, and now that Karl Anthony Towns has went out, I have reason to believe the Timberwolves will drop in the seedings. So I think the Thunder being top 1-2 seed is probably a shoo-in. So I'll give that award to Thunder coach. Let me go find his name, not to be disrespectful. Mark D of the OKC Thunder. That's my Coach of the Year. And for Clutch Player of the Year, I feel like this one's just off the dome. This one's just pure vibes. I'm gonna give it to Steph Curry. I feel like I've seen Steph Curry in a lot of clutch positions. Not to say he's won every one of those games, but Steph Curry absolutely puts in pain and makes big shots in the big moments this season, win or lose. So I'm gonna give Clutch Player of the Year to Steph Curry. But that's it for my awards. I already know y'all disagree with me. I already know my comment section is gonna be filled with disagreement. So it's cool. It's cool. Let me know what y'all awards are, who y'all got for every single award in the comments section below. Let me know if you agree, disagree with what I chose, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.